Let's reclaim your health and energy to live longer as a woman over 50. That's the subject today. And hi, I'm Lori Blue, functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, here to help empower you, inspire you, and motivate you to reclaim your health and live your best life so that you can live active and age beautifully, because we all want that. My company name, my business, and my brand is Lori Ballou, Aging Adventurously. How did I hit that on the nail? Because that's what I'm doing. That's my brand, and that's who I am. And I am living my life as a health adventure. And I want to inspire and motivate you to also get out and do that. And I'm going to explain to you and show you and demonstrate, just kind of go over my last 2 weeks that I've done. I've been out on a health adventure. And I want to tell you about it because this is what keeps me young. And I do invest in health adventures for my lifestyle. And it gives me energy. And you know what? It also brings in my joy. And what is life without the joy? When you can't wake up happy, when you can't wake up with energy, when you're brain fogged all day long, when you just have devastating fatigue and you just can't live the life that you want to live, you don't have to. There's ways to get around that. And that's what I want to tell you about today. And so that's why I'm calling this to reclaim your health so that you can live your best life. And I call this a health adventure experience. And I use my holistic low carb method to help my clients to get into this lifestyle, to create a lifestyle, not live a diet, but to live a lifestyle that works for you, which incorporates not only low carb nutrition. So, yes, it is a low carb diet, because if you don't do a low carb diet, you're just going to stay and eat the foods that might be causing you to have that fatigue and that energy collapse. Because when our blood sugar is dysregulated, we can have metabolic dysfunction. And when you have metabolic dysfunction, you're having insulin resistance. And when you have insulin resistance, what's happening is you can't get the energy into your brain because of that insulin resistance, and you can't actually utilize the glucose that's sitting there, which then glycates and causes problems with depression and Alzheimer's as we age. And combine that, ladies, with being in low estrogen, and you just got brain fog. Believe me, I've been there. I've been hacking that. I've been working on correcting my hormones with topical bioidentical hormones that I use on a regular basis, because if I don't use them, I've got more fatigue and energy dysregulation, and I don't want to go there. And so that's been part of my process this year, is correcting that. And just being excited to make plans to live my life as a health adventure. And what does that mean? Well, for me, it means getting out every day and taking a walk. Now, today I didn't actually go out for my son walk, so I'm not saying that I didn't get any movement. What I did instead was rake up the backyard and do some gardening. So sometimes I'll do that instead. Get a little bit of extra sunlight, get a little extra gardening in, and that can take place of a walk. But what I like to do is just to sit outside first thing in the morning. I actually just got back from the East Coast, so I'm still on East Coast time a little bit, and trying to balance my time. So I've been waking up in the dark. My cat was howling in the hallway this morning multiple times. She decided she's hungry at 5 in the morning or sooner. But anyways, I got up at 5:30. It's still dark outside. I fed that cat. She ate everything. And I bought a new cat food in, and she's loving it and eating it. And I guess she wanted it sooner today than later. But that's just my cat story. But they do keep me happy and bring me joy as well. So hopefully you've got some kind of furry companion at home that helps bring you oxytocin and makes you feel good. But when you live your life as a health adventure, when you realize that you can have a weight loss solution, and when you can turn that weight loss solution into your diabetes solution, so whether or not you have diabetes or not, the whole idea is to reverse it, because 9 out of 10 of the lifestyle diseases that are out there are just that, they're lifestyle diseases. And so that, therefore, they are reversible and preventable. And you can do that. But you can't do it if you're eating high carb, low fat, and overstressing your body with too much movement. The movement that I do is actually pretty easy on my body. I don't overtax my body. What I usually do, will do maybe a sprint in the morning, which just a couple houses down, I'll just run, but it makes me feel good. And then I might do either a walk or a walk jog for a mile and then come back. And that's my morning exercise. And then in between the jogging, I always take off my glasses, get a little extra sunlight in my eyes, and just feel just pulling that energy into my mitochondria, because this is part of living life as a health adventure. We need to get that sunlight in our eyes. If we do not get that sunlight in our eyes, we can't light up our mitochondria for energy. And if we're not getting the fat soluble vitamin A and fat soluble vitamin E coming from good natural fats, we're not actually getting the enzyme process, getting the enzymes in our body that actually help us take that light into our body through the suprachiasmatic nucleus. And that's, just behind the eyes. And it's a big, long word, but it's how we get light into our eyes. And it's really interesting because we need the vitamin A to actually help us do that. And so that's critical. All of the things happening in our body are kind of like a circle. And if we get a glitch in one part of that circle, we could have an energy crisis, a fatigue crisis. We could have a health crisis. And so to keep that moving, we got to keep movement going in our body. And the more we have movement in our body, the more we can take the nutrition we have and dial it in. And so, yes, you do have to focus on good nutrition. If you're eating ultra-processed food, UPF food, ultra-processed food is going to slowly kill you because it is no nutrients, even though they add vitamins back in. Your body knows the difference. They are not real. You're not going to get the nutrients you need from those vitamins. And so that is a problem that we need to actually focus on and think about. Is the food we're eating, is it going to heal you or kill you in the long term? So that's why I'm calling this session, Reclaim Your Health and Energy to Live Longer as a woman over 50, because you could get 10 to 20 more years per studies of quality life and living. And that's what I'm doing. I wasn't always healthy, wasn't always living a health adventure, but I started my low carb keto journey a good 8 years ago. And I've been fine tuning it. I'm doing more carnivore these days, but I'm not full carnivore. So from the carnivore standpoint, I'm still keto. And I'm still more omnivore than a carnivore because I do some kimchi, some fermented pickles. I have a little bit of salad every now and then. If somebody puts a beautiful blackberry in front of me, I'd probably eat that. And it's going to change over the year as to what I'm going to eat. I'm going to be more keto during the winter when I'm sleeping more and hibernating more and sleeping more, but also for the holidays. I'd like to use the food bridges. I call that the food bridge concept, and and for holiday baking, I like certain things, and for the holidays, I don't and will not ever cheat on wheat because that's damaging to my body. I consider that a poison, so I will not eat it. Even check out Dr. William Davis's book, The Wheat Belly. He'll tell you flat out that even if you're doing sourdough bread, it's still not good for you. It's a better alternative if you're not willing or ready to give up the wheat. But if you have a health problem, if you need to reverse a disease in your body or reverse your risk for disease in the body, wheat's going to damage that process. And so therefore I look at it as a toxin. And a lot of the times when I go shopping, I'm looking for food that is not going to hurt me or kill me, and that isn't a toxin to my body. And so that's what I look for when I'm at the grocery store. And so when I was in Tennessee going through Marysville, I stopped off at a little store to pick up some supplies, but all I came out with was a 6-pack of ground beef and some fermented Bubby's pickle relish, because that was all I wanted and that was all I could eat from that store. And so that was what I took out, because that's what's going to give me energy. The food I eat gives me energy. The food that you put in your body, you want it to give you energy. If you're putting processed UPF food in your body, you're not going to get the energy and the information to your body that you want to have. And so therefore you want to create health. You have to actually go out and search for health. If you just eat the easy things that are in front of you that are easy to digest, because unbeknownst to you, you don't know that when you go low fat and when you go low calorie, you damage your digestive function. Gallbladder stalls out, your bile stalls out, your digestion stalls out, your stomach acid gets low. H. pylori creeps into your intestinal tract, into your stomach, and lowers your stomach acid even more. And then you end up having protein putrefaction because you don't digest your protein. You could end up with SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth going on in your intestinal tract, in the small intestines, because you didn't break your food down. So you didn't plan any of that. Nobody plans any of that. It just happens because we're not eating the right diet for our body as mammals. Look at cats and dogs, and even farm animals. People who take care of their farm animals know that their animals need certain minerals and nutrients. And cows, just like just like people, They know what they're supposed to eat if you let them alone and pick the food. But if you damage your taste buds and use too much chemicals in your diet with those UPFs, because full of lab-made chemicals designed to keep you addicted to those tastes, to hijack your food taste, and create cravings in your body, so you're a client for life. That's what those foods do for you. And so when you get off of those UPF foods and get away from those chemical addictions, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you don't have food cravings anymore. Imagine that. How amazing is that? And so those are some of the things that we really want to have and focus on, is how can we get rid of the cravings in our body and reduce the toxic load of chemicals and chemical addictions, and all of those ingredients that we can't even pronounce on those food labels, that if you can't pronounce them and you don't have it in your cupboard at home and you don't cook with these things, they're not food for your body. They're chemicals, and they're ultra processed food. So that can be things like even whey protein powder, and it could even be the xanthan gums. I finally threw mine out. I'm thinking, I don't want to eat that. That's processed food. Maltodextrin, all of those things are designed with chemicals in mind to keep you addicted to processed foods. And then they have to fill in a lot of the processed foods, and they're going to add all those chemicals, substitute vitamins to make it look like you're eating food. But it's not. I mean, if you want to take a look in my stories on Instagram, I just posted a book on ultra processed people and the foods that we eat that are causing chemical addictions and making you sick. Super fascinating book. I forgot the name of the author. If you're curious, go ahead and DM me. I'll send you the link to this book. But I am really enjoying it. And one of the things that he talked about in there was that there were some cows that were not getting the nutrition they needed for, I forgot the exact reason why. But what happened was they ended up having stillbirth because they couldn't get the nutrition they need. So their calves were coming out dead. And so, of course, the farmers got to have their cows healthy. And so they brought in individual bags of nutrients to see what was missing in the cattle's diet. And one of the guys was, they put them all over the place to see which ones the cattle would eat. And then they came out with a big bag of zinc. And those cattle attacked him, took that bag, broke it open, it spilled out on the ground, and those cattle were eating zinc. And the problem was that they had too much calcium in their diet that was depleting the zinc in their diet. And so they were protein deficient, zinc deficient, and they weren't getting the nutrients they needed to actually create a healthy baby in their body. And think of us as humans too. I mean, how many times do we have problems with fertility, or did in the past? All nutrients are necessary, but maybe in the right quantities. We need to be able to eat food that's real and to not inundate our body with things that we don't need. That's why when I work with my clients, I actually give you a personal supplement protocol based and targeted specifically on your food sensitivities, what we find out in the labs, and versus with the 6-month program, I give you a hair tissue mineral analysis that's going to show me what your calcium levels are, what your magnesium levels are, whether you need more or less of all of those nutrients, and what your sodium and potassium levels are. All of these things are super important to find out so that I can guide your health, so that you can recreate your health and your energy to live longer. The whole idea is to stay out of a nursing home, to not have depression and Alzheimer's, and not to get diabetes and have kidney failure. All of that is lifestyle diseases that are preventable. I prevented my pre-diabetes, never got to the point where I had diabetes, yet my dad and elder sister died from that. I actually helped my brother as my client reverse his diabetes so that he could get healthy to lose his weight. And he did. He got down to his goal weight and more, and is managing his health and living life as a health adventure by getting outside and being active and being in the sunlight and getting that light in his eyes as that he needs. And so those are all the things that we want to focus on. So my big focus is a low carb diet. Yes, I do that. It is very meat-based protein. I'm partial carnivore, as I was saying. I mean, basically I'm eating beef, bacon, and eggs, and salmon, sardines. I love sardines. I know some people say, God, I can't eat that. But I just had a client that joined me on my 6-week Jumpstart Holistic Low Carb Method program. And she'd already lost 10 pounds. She's on fire. And you know what she did? She listened to everything I said. And she actually said, well, I'm going to eat those sardines. And then she came back and said, right off the bat, lost 5 pounds, feeling amazing. She said her dog was feeling amazing. I'm like, why is your dog feeling amazing? She goes, because I gave him sardines too. And so, we got to look at how all mammals are thriving from protein. I just brought my cats that new can of cat food that's got more protein, and they're just loving it and eating it up. I cooked myself 2 hamburger patties. I ate one yesterday, ate one this morning with breakfast. And then I put some leftovers in a baggie, and I've been feeding them just raw ground beef. And at first they're like, 2 of them were like, I don't know about that. And then they nibbled on it. And my baby cat, she came in and she ate all of it. And then this morning I put it out there and they ate it all. So I'm just giving them extra ground beef and raw meat, as just because they are specifically carnivores. But that's how we're going to get the nutrition from real food. Even babies at birth, if you let them choose food and don't give them processed UPF food, they actually will start choosing the food that they want to eat if you put a variety of food in front of them. They've done studies on this, which is really interesting. And even a baby that was born to a mom that hadn't eaten very well and she was poor and the baby was sick and had rickets, and the person doing the study, she actually put cod liver oil and a whole bunch of other foods in front of this baby. And that baby picked the cod liver oil at 9 months old and drank it. And each time it was offered it to him, he drank it until he was healthier in his body and his D3 levels were corrected. Now that's the power of food, for nutrition for your body, to reclaim your health and to get healthy, to lose the weight. Because a lot of the times our weight loss is stalled and we have weight gain, especially as women over 50, because we are more insulin resistant. We've had a lifetime of things coming into our body and causing dysfunction, causing blood sugar dysregulation, causing metabolic dysfunction. And the body just gets worse as you age, only because the diet's wrong. But if you correct your diet to species specific diet, which with the protein that we need to eat, with the good fat that we need to eat, you don't have to take out the vegetables. You could even have a little bit of fruit. You just want to start low carb and get started and take out the food that's poisoning your body. Ultra processed food has no nutrition. I've heard it said from other people that people who are diabetic are starving. They're starving because they're not getting nutrition. If you're not getting nutrition in your body, what are you going to do about it? And do you even know that you're not getting nutrition? You might feel full from these ultra processed foods, but only for a short time, and then you're starving again. You're getting hangry and your energy levels are tanking and you got to eat again. And so that's the problem with ultra processed foods. You're hungry all the time. You're not getting the nutrients. You're not getting what you need to actually detox your body and to support your body to stay healthy. You can actually flip your sugar switch off, turn off your disease causing genes in your body by what you eat, and also how you live your life. And so that's the other side of where I'm going with this, because I just got back from Townsend, Tennessee, and I went out there for my health adventure. My health adventure is to do a half marathon every year, and I only do about one. Sometimes I might pull in 2, but because it's usually a vacation process where I actually go to national parks and I'll have a vacation. It could be as little as 2 days or a weekend, or it could be like the Townsend, Tennessee, where I was there for a week because I was there with friends who rented an Airbnb type place and had all her family over, and we just had a really great vacation. And that was more affordable doing it that way, sharing the expenses with everybody. And so these are my health adventures. This is what's keeping me young. And this is what I want to inspire and motivate and empower you to also get out and do. Because yeah, you can get your diet dialed in as much as you can, but if you keep falling off, like where are your weight loss blocks and what are the hidden healing opportunities? And so we look for those with functional labs. But the other side of that is getting outside and getting the movement. When we get outside and get that movement, that's when we get our health dialed in more thoroughly, because we need sunlight, we need grounding, we need circadian balance, we need to get our nervous system in regulation, we need to be able oxygen to breathe correctly. And that's going to give you the energy you need. So that's what I did this past 2 weeks. I took off a week from working with clients, but I did email check-ins. I also did some phone calls. I actually pulled in a new client and worked with her on one of my Fridays where I didn't have anything that I was doing that first thing in the morning. And I actually worked on my business, because this is my brand. This is my business. This is my lifestyle. And I am Lori Blue, aging adventurously, and I'm living my life as a health adventure. And so I take my work with me, and that's what I want to be. I want to be a travel and health practitioner where I could get out and actually visit clients. That's what I had planned, to go to Asheville, North Carolina and drive the Blue Ridge Parkway, because that fills me with joy and makes me excited because it's such a beautiful area. And I was going to visit a a past client there, and then meet up and have a business meeting and a hike with a new practitioner friend that I've met in my mastermind. So I did that, and it was awesome. I had a great time. And this was me getting out and having experiences that lights up my life, that gives me that feeling of joy and keeps me active. If you're not active and you're only doing maybe an hour in the gym and maybe your food's okay, maybe it works for you and maybe it's not enough. Just on my one day of going to the airport, I actually took a morning walk. I left a little early and actually I think I took a morning walk that day. Maybe I didn't take the morning walk that day. That was probably the morning before. But what I did was stop off at a state park off of the 40 and checked out the trail and did some waterfall hiking. That was really fun. And then I got to the airport and the plane was going to be late. So I just ended up doing my yoga, my Pilates, my stretching, or walking. I was listening. Someone had music. They were singing. And so I was dancing. And that plane was like 2 hours late before we got on it. I was energized. I just, the very first part of hour of being there, I listened to a mastermind call that I had, and then I was up and moving the whole time. This is my airplane day, leaving Tennessee and going back to California. I got 19,000 steps for movement because I didn't just sit on my butt. And I don't feel comfortable doing that anyway. And you're going to be sitting for 4 hours on an airplane or longer. And so what I want to do is just be on my feet and get movement while I'm waiting for an airplane. And so that's what I did. And I loved it. I felt great. I felt amazing. And, the food dials all that energy source in too. So what I was eating that was my sardine day because I was kind of out of food, and I was basically left with sardines, some hard-boiled eggs, and one hamburger patty. So that's box 6 hamburger patties lasted me the whole 12 days because I also ate food that the others had supplied. And so what I did with my sardines was I actually mashed it up with some of that fermented pickle relish that I had. Oh my God, that's really good. If you like sardines or tuna, just mash it up with some fermented pickle relish, which is good for your gut too. And then I did 2 more cans and took it with me for lunch. And I had a picnic after my waterfall hike. And oh my gosh, that was so good. It gave me energy for the whole day. And I really wasn't hungry at 6 o'clock when I started eating on the airplane, but I had a hamburger patty and I had some eggs. So I ate half the eggs and my hamburger patty just because it was there in front of me and I didn't want it to spoil. And sometimes, I just want my protein. And so I wanted to get my protein levels good and didn't feel like fasting because sometimes just like you guys, I'll eat when I'm bored or when I'm tired, but I always keep to my food rules and I'm going to eat my protein or I'm going to have a drink that's going to distract me. Like I like to put my electrolytes in sparkling water and even add some coconut milk into that. And it's so good. It tastes like a pina colada. So that keeps my stomach activated, my brain activated, and I don't feel like having snacks in between my meals. But the goal is to eat enough protein so you don't feel hungry. A lot of the times people don't eat enough protein. You guys just don't, you don't know that you need to eat more protein. So you want to strive for 30 grams of protein. If you can't eat that much, build up. You might need to bring in a digestive enzyme. Those are some things you can do on your own and DIY this because those are the things that everybody in every client that I've worked with has had to do because everybody's digestion is kind of broken. Metabolisms are broken. We need to fix our metabolisms, but we also have to look at life as a health adventure. And you need to invest in this lifestyle. I went out on this vacation and did my half marathon. I did it in 3 hours and 8 minutes, not super fast, but it was a really good run. I felt strong. I felt stronger than I normally do because I've been increasing my protein and reducing some of my vegetable matter. And I was able to absorb more nutrients, more cholesterol, to have more energy in my body. And I did really good. I normally kind of peter out after 3 or 4 miles and do more walking than jogging. Well, this time I felt like I did more jogging than walking. And I actually was really strong all the way up through 9 to almost 10 miles. And then I fast walked it almost all the way to the end and then ran it in. And I was dancing across that stage, that finish line, just super excited. My friend's husband was there taking pictures, so check out the reel because it was super fun. I was high-fiving the guy, who was there right at the end of the finish line, and just so excited. And then at the end, I was just dancing on the sideline to the music because I felt so good. It felt so good energy. This brings me joy, and that's why I do half marathons, because I like challenging my body. I was never a runner. I just started doing it because I like it and it makes me feel good. It gives me joy at the end of it. Yes, it's hard work. Yes, you got to do it. But the better you energize your body with the right food for your body, you're going to have more energy so that it doesn't feel hard. So I've trained my body to be a fat burner. I'm not a sugar burner. So the day of the half marathon, I fueled myself with bulletproof coffee. I fueled myself with a partial piece of keto brick. I didn't want it to be too heavy. I didn't want it to have too much food in my body. And then I just brought some ketones with me in my pocket. And then I also had some NSNG almond butter electrolyte packets that I had 2 of those during the race. And I don't know if I needed them. I just wanted to make sure I had the energy, and I did, and I felt good. So that's what I did to fuel myself. And then afterwards, we went out for food, and I ended up with roast beef and cheddar, just heated up because it was a sandwich shop, and that was really good. So I never eat bread, even when I'm out and about, because again, that is damaging to our intestinal tract, and it's really a toxin. It's not very digestible, and it will cause leaky gut in everybody, which causes leaky brain. So if you're prone to depression, those are some of the things that you want to be aware of that you can correct. And so when you're looking at lifestyle and you feel like you've got your diet dialed in and you're doing a low carb diet, how is your health adventures coming along? What are you doing to keep active? How are you getting excited in life so that you can feel that joy all the time and know that you are staying active and actually reducing your risk for disease in your body? And that's why I invest in myself. I invest in my business. I invest in my life as a health adventure. I take these half marathons. I've got another one planned for Glacier National Park next June, when I'm going to go up and visit my mom, and we're going to go check out the Beartooth Highway. And I figured if we're going to be in Montana, I might as well do a half marathon in Glacier National Park. And so that's what I planned. And so I decided to invest in 2 nights at East Glacier Hotel there, right outside the national park, so that I can have a great adventure with my mom and to get out there and enjoy the beauty and the fresh, clean air. Because the more we get out in nature, we're breathing in those microbes. If you get out to the places that have the natural microbes in it and you breathe them into your body, that's good microbiome management. That's part of our health. We want quality food. We want good air. We want to lower our insulin response, and even, lower your cortisol levels, because that's important. The more we get outside, we relax our nervous system so that we are feeling better in our body. All of that is so important. It's the other side of diet, and it's super critical, because I lost 20 pounds of weight in the very beginning, and then nothing for like 3 years. I had to dial in my digestion, my gut health, my hormones. And then after I did that and lost another 15 pounds and corrected my digestion, I then had to support more hormones. I needed to support my energy levels. I needed to reduce my stress response. And so I needed to get out and have more health adventures. And that was one of the things I noticed, is when I got outside to have health adventures, when I would go outside and have a vacation, I would start to lose weight. I would still feel better. I would get more active. And so I started doing these things even more. And I had a friend that liked to get out and go hiking, and that's what we would do. We went up to Yosemite several times. We've been to the Grand Canyon. That's one of my favorite places. I love planning hikes at the Grand Canyon, and I'm currently trying to get a lot of down at the bottom of the Grand Canyon at Phantom Ranch. And haven't heard back yet, so I don't know if I'm going to get the October one. I didn't get the September one, so I'm hoping for the October one. And if not, I could get a room and a reservation, and I can just hike the South Rim. So when you hike the South Rim and you get outside and you're in that canyon, all that light is bouncing off the canyons and into your body. It's nourishing you. We're light beings. We need light. If you do not get light, your body can break down from too much stress, cortisol levels, the lack of D3, and the lack of light. We have to ground and touch the earth. We need to touch the trees, touch the rocks. This may sound woo-woo to you, but I've been there. I've lived this. This is my lived experience. I'm explaining to you this health adventure experiences that you can get will give you 20 pounds of weight loss. That's what it gave me when I got this all dialed in. So never get worried about stalling off at that plateau. if you hit a plateau, you just got to think about what is the next thing you do. You could even book just an hour call with me and we could chat about that, and you could see what's the next step for you to do. And that's in my I have that hour call in my bio in Instagram. And I'm at Lori Ballou Weight Loss here on Instagram. So I am recording currently to YouTube and Instagram. So if you're from one or the other, come and say hi. I always reply. And if you've got a specific question that you need to address, let me know, because I would love to be able to help you more specifically and address the questions that you guys have, so that you get your needs met. And so you not have to guess about what it is that you need to do, but you do need to be proactive. You do need to look at your food as an investment. Just having meat that is coming from standard cattle that are never touching the earth, that are fed genetically modified corn and soy, if you eat that all the time, you could be raising your insulin levels, because corn can raise insulin levels and they are corn fed. And that is something to really think about if your weight loss is stalled. Controlling the quality of your food, changing the fat that you're eating, giving yourself an oil change, those are all necessary. And, just avoiding the foods that don't give you health for your body. Because food's going to heal you or it's going to kill you. And we want to live longer. We don't want to be in a nursing home. We want to live active. Everybody I work with wants to reverse their risk for disease. If that's you, it's, check it out. Check me out. Get on a call. Let's talk and see if my program's a fit for you. So my program is the Holistic Low Carb Method, and it's using low carb nutrition, but it's also using holistic lifestyle management with diet, sleep, exercise, movement, circadian balance, stress reduction, toxin elimination, and targeted supplementation. All of those things I do personally. I invest in all of this, and my clients do as well, because they want the results that they're looking for. And even this program's an investment, because you're worth it. You're worth an investment. I just had somebody contact me via email. She said she doesn't have very much money, but she wants to work with me. And she goes, I need to invest in myself if she wants to get healthy. I love that. I've had so many people who say they don't have a lot of money, but they want to invest in themselves. And that's what I'm here for. And I'm so grateful and feel so amazed to have these women come and want to work with me, because this is my passion. This is my pain to purpose story. And I want you to know that it's not just diet. You need the holistic side of this process, because we live in a toxic environment that's going to pull you down, wear you out, keep you frustrated, keep you on that merry-go-round of weight gain that I was stuck on all those years. And I'm finally living my best life at 61, aging beautifully and adventurously, because I'm living my life as a health adventure. I invest in quality food. I invest in health adventures and half marathons. I get out hiking as much as I can, and I can easily, my best hiking is, 5 to 10 miles, as I love it, because it just gives me movement, and I'm outside in nature all the time. And so the more I'm out in nature, the happier I am, because you know what? That light gives me energy. When I get movement, I get more ketones to my brain. This is living life as a health adventure, getting those ketones into your brain, lights your body up, gives you that energy, turns off your anger, turns off the cravings, gives you joy. This is joy making. I love it. This is me, my brand, and this is what I'm teaching you and educating you on. And I'm educating you to be self-sufficient. I don't give you a diet plan. I guide your diet and have you do a low carb diet within the foods that you like to eat. And so I'm always going to help guide you in that direction and give you some recipes that I use as food bridges, because I do have keto cookies and fudge and keto bricks, other things as well. I will let you know what I'm eating all the time. Come join me on my Facebook at Lori Ballou and join my private Facebook group. Everybody's welcome. And hang out with me there, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. In Facebook, in my private group, I do post more things about food and diet and what I'm doing. And I will also list all of my videos and all of my reels there, so it's there at your fingertips. And come and ask questions. If you're the only one asking questions, you're going to get all the answers. And just kind of come and liven things up, because we want to create a tribe of like-minded women who are really fired up and want to reclaim their health, reclaim their energy to live longer, stay out of a nursing home. As women over 50, we have options, and I want you to know that you'll have options. If you keep eating the standard American diet, you will be sick, you will get disease, You will not live a life active, healthy, because you just don't know what's going on in your body. But we could discover your hidden healing opportunities, correct your weight loss blocks with a low carb diet and the functional labs, and find out what's going on in your body. And then recreate your life as a health adventure. So this is your health adventure experience that you get to have, because you have to correct your circadian balance. You have to get out there and ground. And you could follow me for free and do all of these things because I'm going to put it all out there. I come on here, I talk a lot, I give you my lifestyle that I am doing. I tell you exactly what I've been doing, and I'm giving you my lived experience so you can just copy me. And I'll be grateful if you're healthier by copying me. But if you want to work with me and you want to collapse the time it takes to get healthy, and you want my lived experience and my one-on-one accountability and support with cell phone contact as well, because I get together weekly with my clients, then I'm here for that too. And so you can sign up with a health adventure strategy call, which I'll link in YouTube, and it is in my bio, in my links in Instagram, and I will also have it in Facebook. So just come and find out more about me. If you just want a 20-minute connection call, I could do that as well. If you just want to bust through a weight loss stall and you just want to book an hour call, that's available too. If you need a 6-week jumpstart with just a food sensitivity test, that food sensitivity test is free, and it comes with that 6-week program, and it's a $625 value. And I have that program. And then there's a 3-month program that's got only 3 labs, but it's going to give you another, kind of get you started. But my 6-month is my signature program. You get 5 to 6 labs. You get me for 6 to 7 months. If you do prepay, you get me for 7 months. And you're going to be losing the weight, working through all the problems. Got to remember, this is a collaboration. You're opening up Pandora's box. You have to push through your comfort zone. You have to get in action. I have mentors to help me do that. I'm going to be your mentor and your support system so that you could break through those energy issues and get those actions developed so that you can push through and get the results that you want to have. Because this is a weight loss solution and your diabetes solution. I can't guarantee what results you're going to get, because I can't guarantee if you're going to do this 100% and follow my program, but I'm going to be there 100% for you all the time, always thinking about you and your problems and letting you know what it is that I'm concerned about and where I think you need to go. And this is a super powerful process, because I am invested in you when you invest in yourself with me. Because this is not something you're investing in me, you're investing in yourself to reclaim your health, to live your life as a health adventure, to have your health adventure experience staycation this year, so you could start dropping the weight and get away from the cliff that you might be headed towards and you don't even know it. I had to turn away from it, turn around and get back into living, go back into living life your way, feeling great, and not have to worry about developing the disease in your body because you know you turned it off. And every year, you actually get a discount to run some extra labs, to run the labs again, to keep track of what's going on, to get a new supplement protocol. And usually when you're my client, you get a 20% supplement protocol for life. I mean, you get 20% off on full script always. Don't take it away from you when you're done with the program. So that's yours. And, you could even text me and ask me questions. But if you need to jump on another call, we could always do that. And without the labs, I have a monthly subscription program. You guys want to work with me monthly? That is something I have too. It's the least expensive process, and you still get to work through all the products. I'm going to put you on or help guide you into the Holistic Low Carb Method. And holistic is your diet, rest, exercise, and stress management. And so we're going to get together weekly. The first call is going to be an hour, and each call after that's 30 minutes. But you get me on a weekly basis, and I will be invested in you as you invest in yourself. So let's recreate your health, reclaim your health as a woman over 50 to have better energy, bust through that fatigue, and live longer so you can be active, play with your grandchildren, get up and down off the ground, and have the body of your dreams that you want to recreate. I came back from vacation. I was like, I don't know if I want to weigh myself. I've just been not paying attention to really what I was doing, but I've been out there exercising. I've been out there moving. I'm hiking and walking every day. I went into a cave. I did biking at Cades Code for 11 miles. It was awesome. Yet I did have to get off and walk up the big hills, but it was super cool. It was really beautiful. And next time I want to walk it and spend the whole day there. Got to get outside. We got to correct our health. We got to correct the food we're eating. You want to program your body to have the health that you want to have. It's not going to come from ultra processed foods, from those UPFs. If you're eating out all the time, you're getting the bad oils. You need to reduce the inflammation, reduce your blood sugar dysregulation, and reset your metabolism. And I'll help you do that. That's what the Holistic Low Carb Method is for. And I'm super grateful to be here to use my pain to passion story and transformation to help you with my lived experience reclaim your health. And you can do that. It can happen, and it can happen this year. So if you're interested, want to get on a call, just let me know. Get on, book your Health Adventure Experience call today, and let's get you on my calendar. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.